we have the 2022 Hyundai Elantra. We're going to be showing you guys each of the bulbs that you guys can replace on this particular model. From the license plate all the way to the headlights. Pretty much it has 12 locations that you could replace. So bulbs, headlight bulbs, turn signals, side markers, the interior map and dome. In the rear we have the reverse lights, the license plate, the brake lights, the rear side marker, the trunk lights, the tail lights. A lot of bulbs on this vehicle can be replaced. A lot of people believe just because it has a strip here that most of them come LED. Luckily, these still come with halogens, and we could put a brighter bulb in these vehicles. So let's turn to the video and let's get the install going. For the dome light, you want to get any wedge tool. Just kind of grip it. Just, again, take your time. Sometimes it'll just grab. You're trying to pry in like that, and you just simply pop off. Just like that, guys. From there, you're going to remove the bulb. If you can turn it off, great. If you can't, just simply pop it off. That looks to be a 31, but for sure a 28 will fit. Since we already have an extra 28 for the trunk, we could use that here inside, and again, that way you make up for it. All right, guys, so we're measuring right now, and this is the bulb that we got from the actual trunk, and the one that just came from our dome, the same size, 28. So instead of buying an extra pair to have, you could use a spare one that you got from the cargo, from the trunk area, just pop it into your dome light. That's what we're gonna do now. Pop in, aim it downwards, and then again, we always like to put it in, and then scoot it down or up to only one side. That way, there's no chance of middle contact blowing your fuse out. Once you've done that, you're gonna now reinsert back in. And there you go. Compare that to the map lights, big upgrade. All right, so we're gonna do the map lights. You could pop these off, but there's a chance you might pop in the actual screw that holds in the bulb. We know it happened to us. So what we do now is go from here, and you're gonna pop this off. That's simple. Once you pop it off, it just slides. This goes forward like this, and this whole thing comes off. Once you have it off, there's your particular screws. You just simply turn clockwise and pop out. I already have our bulbs installed, which is our T15, but once you have them installed, these are a little bulkier on the top parts, but it comes out. I'll show you guys right now. Just angle it. Alright, guys, so same way you remove the original, be the same way you put in the new one. Pop it in. Once it's popped in, you'll always put it in first one way. Guide. Little entrance holes, so make sure you follow them. If you don't follow them, you're gonna have a hard time getting them locked in. We push down, find the entrance hole, there we go, and we locked in. So you repeat the same thing for both sides, and each one will be working. Once they're in, you just simply first guide in these two in the back, and then you have side ones that you're gonna press in, and then you have the two which are popping. Don't be afraid, you will not break nothing, and there. You have everything functioning, everything's turning on, and you're done. Alright guys, so now we're gonna do the vanity lights. Pops right here. Technically these don't come on whenever you slide this vanity, which is great, it's independent. It has a little switch, pretty cool. For that, just get any pry tool, and you're gonna pry down. That's simple. Here you push this in. It's simple. From there, get any flathead, kind of just push this in so it slides out of place, just like that. And this is a 28 millimeter. So look at this car is taking 28s. Some people will argue that you could put a 31. You probably could, but it'll be way too tight. Don't recommend it. Use a 28 and it'll fit snug. And then you see, you still have a bit of a hard time with the 28s. There you go. That's simple. Make sure the chips are facing down, and there it is straight. You reconnect these and you turn them on, these bad boys will be bright. That's more than enough light that you guys need. So look at yourself, do some makeup, inspire yourself, this will be great. So the same steps with the next, let's show you guys one by one. All right, so now let's do something else on this vehicle. All right guys, so we're gonna do the turn signal, which is down here, right here. So on the headlight, to get to that, on the back side, it's a little bit hard. If I have small hands, I consider small hands. Some people say big, but I consider my hands small. I couldn't get to them. It was too tight, even banging myself up. We already did the driver's side, but I found using some pliers helps. So what I did, if you guys want to see here, got some light first, of course, and then I get the pliers in here, and I grip it right there. Grip the bulb with the pliers. If you have some needle nose, probably be best. I had some, and I don't know where I placed them, so I do apologize. But once you grip it, you turn counterclockwise, like you saw just there. Once I turned it, I could put my hand inside and just simply pry it out. But for me, in there, I couldn't turn it. It was impossible. So the bulb set they have here is in 1157. This is a dual filament, 2 points. The funny thing about this car, it's only a single. No matter what you do, the white never comes on. Only the turn signal flashes. So if you get a switchback, the white part of the switchback will never come on. If you go with the all amber, only the amber turn signal will come on. The dim amber that comes on as a first function will never come on. So I want to make sure that's clear. Even though it's a dual filament bulb, it's only a single filament function. Making sure you guys are aware, these are only turn signals. I'm assuming the reason of that is because you have this nice white strip that comes on. That's considered your parking line, your DRL, whatever you want to call it. That'll be that function, and these will be just turn signals. So make sure everybody's aware. If you do a switchback, the white will never come on. All right, now we twist it in. So we turn, it's a big guy, you could barely tell, but it locks enough to hold it in place. Once it locks, it makes contact with a positive and negative. So let me turn on the lights, and then the next thing we'll be doing will be the side marker. So let's put on the emergency lights. There you go. The lights are flashing. Again, it's a lot brighter compared to your factory incandescent halogens. You guys will definitely be seeing if you guys are making a right or a left. All right, so now let's do the side marker. It's very simple to get to, literally right here. You guys can't miss it. It'll be the easiest bulb you guys get to. Simply just turn that and pop this out. These are cores of 194. So you're gonna get our T10 amber bulb. Amber because this here is amber, so there's no reason to put a red or any other color. Just put our amber and push inside. Again, sometimes it's a tight fit. This one's super tight, but for sure will come on. Slide it back in, go in guide, and once in, sorry, I'm gonna cover that real fast and just make sure you go, there we go. So once in guide, you guys just turn. I'm gonna turn the lights on, and you guys will see from the side that it comes on right now. If it still didn't come on, what you guys want to do is give it more of a push for locking. It wasn't fully engaged. There you go. It's a sharper look. It's something that will go right with your LEDs. And again, your turn signals is just perfect combo. All right, so now let's do the headlight. So on this one here, it's high and low together. It's low beam and high beam put together in the same bulb. It's a 9005, which is a single beam. But what happens here, the projector has a reflector that moves up and down, giving you a low, giving you a high. For that, let's remove the dust cover. I always recommend, you don't have to, but I do this myself. I unplug the main harness and I try to set it aside as much as I can so it won't bother me or get in my way, like that. From there, I have easier access to the cover. Simply just turn this and pull out. On this particular dust cover, we're gonna see how much room we have from the bulb back. It looks like we have enough room, so the bulb might clear with this. If it doesn't, what I'll do, I'll remove these two Phillips. This comes off and the inner piece comes off, and you have more room. It'll be more shallow. But let's see if we need to do that or if you could just use it. So this here will be our LS Plus 9005. Your vehicle is using a 9005. So that's our bulb. And again, these are adjustables. They're nice upgrade. These are 13,000 lumens, the best of the best that we offer. These have a 2-year warranty. So let's take the bulb out. It's that simple. I'm gonna take the bulb out with the plug. I'm just gonna unplug. All right, set that aside. If it's hot, put it somewhere in the middle. From there, we're gonna plug it now. The new generation LS now only has one clip. Before we used to have two, but now it's only one. So let's slip this in. And then what I like doing, I always like to put this first. It gives you a little bit more room to work with afterwards. So this always goes in first on the way I do the installs. Again, you guys can do it differently if you guys like. It's all personal preference. From there, go in. And again, this is a tight fit, but you guys have a little bit of room. All right, that's in. And I'm gonna turn in. Hopefully you guys can hear a click. Yep, that is in. I'm gonna turn the light on real fast and see if we have a nice cutoff right in the middle. If it is, then we'll install it properly. All right, so right now everything's on, but let's reconnect that and you guys check this out. So again, that's what I was mentioning, a nice cutoff line. Everything's proper. Everything's the way it should be on this particular housing. All right, so the last thing to do, we know it works, so we unplug it real fast, put the cover back on. We confirmed it fits on without having to do any modifications. If you guys wish to remove that particular piece, you guys can. We're not sure why Hyundai Kia does that. They're the only ones, but they will have their reasons. Once they match up, we just simply lock in place, and there we go. And that didn't go in. That's locked in. Cover, get the clip, connector back in. And we're done. Alright guys, so just an update, just because we went back and we were looking at the beam pattern, we just weren't happy. So this is how your factory cover looks like. That's the way Hyundai Kia does it. So what we did is we removed these 2 screws that comes on, and it's like has a little spider web type of mesh that you have there, and some white hard piece in the back. So that's how it looks afterwards. We remove the 2 screws and that white piece in the back. This deeper it just has more room. So before, when we put this in, it feels like it was going in fine, but we looked at the beam pattern, it was way too high. So this was hitting against our bulb and it was pushing the projector upwards, giving of course a higher beam. It just wasn't something we liked. So we removed it and everything's perfect now. So this goes on perfect. Again, this is a modification that we do with these cars. If you guys don't feel comfortable doing this, you don't have to. But again, it doesn't affect it whatsoever. So now you have a better beam. The wall is nice and crisp. Is how the factory should look, just of course a lot brighter. Alright guys, so we're done with the whole install. The whole car got done with us. You guys saw it's a better performance, a lot more lights. You guys will definitely be seeing the road with these now. Again, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. This, I believe it fits from 21 all the way to 25 Elantras, as long as they come with halogen. If you have some models that come with LEDs, unfortunately we cannot replace those. But if they're halogen, incandescent, we can definitely do it. Again, if you have any questions, give us a call, send us an email. We're here to help. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.